Oh, you think you're going to damn me and your dad? You're a nut job. You are such a psycho nut job. You've always been a nut job. And your mom is a nut job too. And your uncles on one side of the family committed suicide or were mental institutions. You are crazy. You're a very scary human being. You act nice in person, but the government loves people like you. They knew you'd been in a straitjacket. They knew you'd been in a mental hospital, and they couldn't wait to put a gun in your hand. And also, the sick thing is, this cult that you've joined loves people to be killers. And also, you know something? What goes around comes around. It's a fact. You can't win being like that. Your father was a kind, loving man. He became a healer. And I asked Justin before he went in the military, he called on the phone and said he was going in. And I said, don't do it. Come here. I'll put you in business with your dad. I'll get you a car. I want you to go to college. Come here and be with your father. And all of you were turned against your father and refused to come to get to know him. And he said he was going to join the military, that someone talked him into it. I think it was Alex Sisico, and he told him there was nothing like the rush of killing someone. And I thought he was joking. I said, Justin, don't do it. It'll take your virtue. I don't want you to lose your virtue. And he said, I wouldn't join the military if I couldn't kill people. And then you told me you were sticking needles in people at the hospital and torturing them without their awareness. When we met you one time off the road at the Corvette Museum, and I told my husband, that's a psychopath. You're getting off on sticking needles and stuff in soldiers and acting like it's part of the procedures at the hospital. That is a scary individual, Chris. You didn't outgrow that apparently, because after 20 years, you guys didn't come to visit or anything. You never sent a Father's Day card once when you went to live with your mom. You were programmed, you bad-mouthed him, you were replaced by a stepdad. She defied court orders, never let you all visit, never let the others visit. You could have visited, you were old enough. But none of you wanted to know him because you were brainwashed by a woman who couldn't love. Even her granddaughter, Tava's daughter, said she can't love. But because of her psychopathic mind, she turned all of you to the dark side and made you soldiers. She wanted you to be soldiers. You didn't have a choice. She shipped you off. And she told Bob she didn't want you in the house because you were a teenager. And then she abandoned the others and said, kids don't fit into my lifestyle. Don't you dare pick on your loving father and a stepmom who hardly knew you guys. I was a babysitter. I never laid a hand on you or any of the others. And I never had to ground them because they were good kids when I was around them. They were good before they went to live with their mom and their crooked stepdad that goes to school meetings that can't hold a job. And if it hadn't been for the money, she wouldn't have come back and wanted them at all. Plus, she was jealous of me. When they became a family, I think I was with you, I met them maybe a year, not you. I never spent over a week with you. If she did call, they didn't care to come to the phone anymore because I filled the void in their heart. She got jealous. And when the stepdad didn't work, she wanted the money. But it's crazy. But you know what? After this started was when Bob finally wrote you a letter, not the others, and he said he'd cut you out of the will and was leaving money to your future kids, but not you. And you wrote back and said, you're going to meet this evil group, and your and Sherry's world will never be the same. And it never has been. And you said, I'm going to remove those rose-colored glasses. That I know you got it from your mom. You certainly didn't get it from your dad. But you all did have to stay on medication in your childhood for mental illness. But it's sad that your mama led you down that path.